Swoh Nation, welcome to the Say It Ain't Swoh podcast. We apologize for the hiatus. Life's been life in this year. Quite a bit. We come to you this evening with a special guest, a good friend of ours, who's like a
Family.
sister
We
to us.
family.
She's family. I was going
Family.
to say if she started off as a good friend of ours, then she became family. Our sister and pro wrestling Hall of Famer, a two-time Hall of Famer. Okay, Missy motherfucking Sampson. I did it just because you wanted me to do it that way, Missy.
I was gonna say, don't call me a friend. We not friends. We family.
That's true. That is true. How you doing today, sis?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
You know, keeping my head up because that's what we
Hey,
life
hey,
don't care
bro.
what we going through. It's going to keep
You
moving, so we
talking
got to
about
keep
Hall of
moving with
Fame?
it.
You got to throw up an extra finger. Yeah,
Three.
there's three.
That is three. Oh Jesus. Oh my bad.
3 Hall of Fame.
Did I miss something? Wait a minute. Really?
I
What I
haven't had
miss?
my third official induction yet, but I'm still there.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Where? Hold up, sis. Where?
Let's talk about it.
No. You got no. This is breaking news to us. What is
So,
going on,
so
sis?
you're counting that I'm the first and only woman in the 2300 Arena Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
2025, the Women's Wrestling Hall of Fame gave me the Promoter of the Year, the first ever time they've given that award. As a matter of fact, they called me this past Christmas Eve and named the award after me, and I got to present it this year to Tommy Fierro. And then I'm a 2026 just straight inductee into the Women's Wrestling Hall of Fame for my career, not my promoting.
Love that. Oh my god. You guys heard it. You guys heard it here. Oh my god.
Firsthand,
I
y'all.
just have
this
not
is-
had my induction yet.
When's the induction, sis?
Well, we're still trying to figure that out. I gotta figure that out with them.
Well, you better let us know because if it's local, you know we coming, right? You know
you
that,
coming?
right? Oh,
You
you know we coming, right? I'm just saying. I just want to make sure you know we coming.
If it
You
ain't
know
local,
what I mean?
you driving. I don't know what you're talking about. You gonna pick me up on the way.
So, y'all, if Missy has been in the wrestling business for well over 2 decades, and I'm sorry, 3 decades. So still accurate-ish.
One Hall of Fame
Yeah.
for each decade.
Yeah, there it is. Listen. I love it though. But Missy, you tell us, Missy. Like, I mean, I know we've had this conversation many times, but I don't think we really got in depth with this because we've always been on go. Every time we're with each other, we're doing something wrestling. We're working
Yeah.
together. You're doing your thing. You're bringing me in. We're bringing you in. It's just
Yeah.
we never really got a chance to really sit and talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even though we family. So tell me, Missy, why wrestling? What drew you to it?
Okay, so I have psychoanalyzed this for myself repeatedly. And I don't have a psychology degree, but if I did, I would tell you that I'm the youngest of, technically I'm the youngest of 5,
Okay.
all girls. I have the oldest sister is a half sister from my dad's first marriage,
Okay.
who I didn't meet until I was 30 anyway.
Okay.
But I grew up with 3 older sisters. My parents divorced when I was 4. My dad had sole physical custody. We would visit my mom on the weekends. My dad owned his own business at the time. He owned a hair salon. So he wasn't home a lot. And then when he was home, he was tired. He was exhausted.
Yeah.
It's
But
understandable.
he was a wrestling fan. So he would always turn wrestling on. So I want to say, like, as a kid, I think there was something in me that was like, well, if I want to spend time with my dad, I better get into what he's doing. And I think, watching it with my dad is what got me into it. So, growing up as a kid, I always wanted to be a wrestler, right? Like, how cool is that?
Right.
Pardon me, I didn't actually think it was something you could do. But, when you would ask me as a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a pro wrestler.
Because
And then I found out when I was 16, you could actually do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how did they feel when you actually started and stepped into the ring for training for the first time? How did your family, how did your folks feel about it?
Well, at that point, I had moved out of my dad's house and I was living with my biological mom. She didn't care. She was all for it. When I lived with my biological mom growing up, I didn't have any rules. I could come and go as I wanted. I could do what I wanted. Like, so she was fine with it. She didn't really care.
Okay.
Um, It was hard because when I started, there weren't the amount of women wrestlers that there are now.
Mhm.
And I started
Yeah.
at a very small gym in Philadelphia called Hawkins, is what we
Okay.
called it.
Okay.
It was a two-car broken down like garage in a not great part of Philly. And there was always a broken down car in one bay and a broken down ring in the other.
Mhm.
And I was the only girl. And it was a solid 3 months before they would let me get in the ring and really teach me anything other than how to bump.
Mm.
I spent 3 months just learning how to take all my bumps and being their crash test dummy. And they were so rough on me, in essence, they were trying to get me to quit.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I've had the trainers tell me that now. They will admit that because they had other girls come in and start and then give up because it's not easy. It's very hard. It's very hard work. So to them, it felt like a repetitive waste of their time. So they literally wanted to make sure that I wasn't wasting their time.
That's understandable.
And I'll never
But-
forget the day they kind of let me into the fold. They would always circle up in the ring and stretch, and I would always have to stretch by myself outside the ring.
Okay.
And it was like 3 months in, I was stretching outside the ring, and the trainer at the time kind of looks around, shakes his head, looks at me, and he goes, "You're not going anywhere, are you?" And I said, "No, sir, I'm not." And he like hit the guy next to him. He's like, "Everybody slide back, make room." He's like, "Get in here." And from that moment on, I was one of them. But it always, it taught me how to kind of take a beating in the ring and keep my mouth shut when need be. It earned me all of their respect for doing it that way
Right.
and never complaining.
Right.
Yeah.
We would train 2-3 days a week, and no matter how hard, I trained that week or how many bumps I took from them, I showed up every training session ready to go.
And
So I earned all of their respect.
Missy, we had your sister Danielle in the chat ask the question, did being the only girl empower you, or where did it go? Or did it make you nervous? Like, what was the feeling of being the only girl there?
It didn't make me nervous. I don't know if it empowered me per se at the start. It didn't make me nervous though, because there were other people training there that I already knew. So I wasn't nervous. Like I had people I was familiar with that were there.
okay.
So it didn't make me nervous. When I say I was their crash test dummy and stuff, yeah, it was hard. But at no point did I ever feel like any of those guys was legitimately out to hurt or cripple me. They wanted to make sure that I understood that this was really hard work.
Right. Right.
And it's painful. I'll never forget the morning after my first day of training, I wake up in bed and I go to sit up and I couldn't.
Oh.
I had blown all the muscles in my neck out.
Jeez.
And I literally could not pick my head up off the pillow. I had to cup around the back of my neck and do a sit up
Just
be
to
able
get
to
up.
get up. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But and then that toughness, that resilience the body builds when you train and take bumps for as long as you do, as long as you have. Like, but let me put it like this: not everybody is the Undertaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
and everything about pro wrestling is about taking what your natural instincts are, stripping those away and giving you new ones, right? Like
Right.
it's not normal for you to fall and not instinctively put your hands down to brace yourself.
Right. Right.
Or fall and have to tuck your head to your chin so you
Right.
don't smack your head. And these are the little nuances that you have to get down so that you're not, basketballing, dribbling your head off the mat and giving
100%,
yourself,
yeah.
a concussion or whatever.
Right. Okay. And so what is the biggest takeaway after you officially hung the boots up for good and just focused on the non-physical aspects of pro wrestling? Because you're still fully integrated into the business to this day, but the physical in-ring performance part. I know you hung the boots up
Yeah.
some time ago, but what was the one thing? What was the biggest takeaway when you finally decided that day to hang the boots up for good from full in-ring competition?
My official last match was in October 2019 was my official last match.
Okay.
I have had 3 matches since then.
Mm-hmm.
The last
Just
one being
recently too.
February of this year.
Yeah.
What got me there was my health was declining. At the time I was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases, one of them being rheumatoid arthritis,
Okay.
which is where your body attacks your joints.
Mm-hmm.
It causes swelling, it causes severe pain. I was going through that. My breathing wasn't great, so I was getting gassed easily. Moving in the ring was hard. And when you've put so much into something like wrestling, coming to the realization that you really can't do it anymore is hard. Like that's a hard pill to swallow.
Especially when you love
I
it so
had
much.
to. Yeah, exactly. I tell everybody pro wrestling is the only thing I've ever put 150% effort into ever. It was hard. It was hard, but I had to do it for my health.
Right.
And I kind of had to do it for the business I love, right? Because I was no longer I was never the best wrestler, right? I tell everybody I was a mediocre wrestler. I was a good worker. There is a difference. But it was getting to the point where I felt I no longer deserved to be taking fans' money to watch me perform with the performance I was able to give at that point.
Got you.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah,
The
so
realization.
it was
But that
time to
speaks-
go.
That speaks volumes for you, not only as a person but as a performer, right? Like
Yeah,
you felt like you were almost robbing the fans of an experience and you didn't want them to feel that way. And that just speaks, I mean, that just goes to your
Not only that, but-
character.
100%.
by the time I made that decision, the amount of good women wrestlers had grown so much, there wasn't a gaping hole that was being left by me leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There are people there to fill the spots I left. Quality people, great performers.
Right.
So by continuing to take those spots, I was also robbing the fans of seeing those performers who can perform better than I could at the time.
I get that.
And their hard-earned money buying those tickets deserve to see those people, not me, in those spots.
That speaks volumes to your character.
Exactly.
Sis.
Thank you.
And, because when you have to give up something you love so much, you know what I mean? It can tear, it's like a big part of you've been taken away from you, but it's the fact that you made peace with it in other capacities. I'm hoping brought you some sort of peace with the fact that although I can't do this the way I used to, I can still contribute in other ways.
Well, you have to understand, when I hung the boots up, I was done with pro wrestling.
Like completely.
I left. Yes, I left. I was gone. I completely left. That was October 2019. I left. I was fine. And I said this to numerous people. There are performers in pro wrestling where their entire self-worth and entire identity is being a pro wrestler.
Right.
That was never me. I was happy and proud to be a pro wrestler, but all of my self-worth wasn't in that. So I could leave wrestling and be fine. I'm still a whole human being outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
There are people that aren't like that. So I left and I was completely fine. I had my weekends back. Like my family was happy. I was attending all family functions and not limping. Like,
Yeah.
like I limped into Christmas one year, and my oldest sister, she's my favorite sister. I love her to death. looked at me and went, "When are you going to give up this wrestling thing? You're always injured. You're obviously no good at it."
Oh,
Like,
come on.
I swear to God.
Are you kidding me
Um,
right now?
no,
Put
I
sis
swear
in
to
the
God.
headline. Let her see how it feels. Legit. Put her in the headline.
She is the one. She is one of maybe two people on this planet I can't even raise my voice to, let alone a hand to.
Fair enough.
Um,
That's speaks stature of the place they hold in your life.
yeah. She's my oldest sister to me. Is yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was fine for months, not being involved in wrestling. I took my friends that I had in wrestling. They were still my friends. I still understood the business. You could hit me up and ask me advice, a question, whatever. But I
Yeah.
was out of the business.
Mm.
I got drugged back in by Danny Cage in the Monster Factory
That was
because
gonna.
COVID hit.
Yeah.
About the same time the Me Too movement, the speaking out movement hit pro wrestling,
Mm.
and which opened up a huge conversation about the lack of women in positions of power or coaching in the industry.
Mm.
And Danny Cage had started to have a discussion with some of his longer tenured students about how would you feel if I brought a female in to coach, and Gabby Ortiz
We love
threw my name
Gabby.
in. Yeah, that's my daughter.
Shout out to Gabby
Yeah,
Ortiz.
we love Gabby Ortiz. Brought my name up, and at that point, I legit had met Danny Cage in person twice. The first time being at a New Kids on the Block concert, which is even funnier. You know, if you're in wrestling long enough, you kind of know people, even if you've never met them.
Right. Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
me and Danny knew each other. We just had never physically met. And I happened to be at the New Kids on the Block concert in Philly and was checking social media, and Danny was at the same concert. And here, come to find out, don't side eye me on New Kids on the Block. Zoom in that camera.
It's the camera.
Or tell that camera back its little ass up.
I did. My bad. I don't know. It
And
like it has a
here,
mind of his own.
like the section I was sitting in, he was the next section over to my left. But I saw him coming down the stairs to go to his seats. So I knew where he was sitting. So when the concert was over, I went out my door and around to where he would come out so that I could shake his hand and introduce myself. Which I did. And then, you know, I got an open invite to go to the Monster Factory anytime I wanted. So I had gone to one of, at the time this was before COVID hit. They were running Friday night shows. It was like Freaky Friday Factory style, where the kids would come out in gimmicks that were not theirs and have these matches. It was very entertaining.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. The kids did amazing. So I went to one of those shows one night, and watched some of it, went in the back, and then I had never kind of agented, like with headphones talking to the refs. And the Monster Factory was set up that way. And Mario Baccara was doing it the first half of the show, and then I don't know if he had to leave or whatever. And Danny was like, "Go ahead, Missy," and I was like, "All right," like headphones on, talking to the refs. I'd never done that. I thought it was cool as hell.
Oh, okay.
But like I went one time, whatever. So I was enjoying not being in wrestling, and I'll never forget. He slid into my DMs on Twitter, and was like, "Yo, girl, what's your phone number? I got to talk to you about something." So I sent it. And probably within an hour, he gives me a call and he's like, "Have you ever thought about coaching?" And I was like, "Nope." And he's like, "Do you want to?" And I go, "Nope."
Nope.
And he had also just agreed to bring on Ricky Reyes.
Oh, okay.
And I love and adore Ricky Reyes. That guy's been like a brother to me for years. I have also taken training classes led by Ricky Reyes. And Ricky has this insane ability to break down the smallest movement in any professional wrestling move combo segment down to like the most finite point to teach it to you. I don't have that ability. I'm very self-aware of what abilities I do and don't have.
Right.
And that is not one of mine. And I explained that to Danny, and he goes, No. We all bring different things to the table. So I always say Danny talked me into it.
So
So I started coaching at Monster Factory, and that's how I got drugged back in.
got you. Oh, well, that's can't say that didn't lead to more
It's led to
awesome
a
things
lot.
that were yet to follow, which
I have
leads to
repeatedly said Danny Cage has talked me in is the worst friend in the best ways possible. He has
damn.
talked me into so much.
Well, that's because I was gonna say like because had that led to other blessings in disguise, such as you being able to, which would lead to my next question about you starting an all women's promotion.
Mhm.
That was called it's called Bell to Bell, Swoh Nation, Bell to Bell, which a lot of you know we were at since the very beginning,
Yeah.
which is crazy because like I've never in my entire life of being a wrestling fan ever, let alone heard of, known of a all wrestling promo. I think wait besides is it
Besides
Shimmer?
Shimmer.
Besides Shimmer. Okay, I've never heard of any other all women's pro wrestling all wrestling promotion before we met Missy and she told us about Bell to Bell. And wasn't the first show was it held at uh uh the
They were
ECW
all
arena, right?
no,
Was it?
no.
No, that's where
No,
we met.
we met.
That's where
That's where
we met
we
her
met.
at. Where was the actual first show? Was it still at the Monster Factory?
All Bell to Bell shows were run at the Monster Factory.
Okay, want to make sure. Okay,
Yeah.
Bell to
Yeah.
Bell,
But
y'all.
how that came to be is piggybacking off the story about how I got to coach was
Yeah,
Mhm.
there was another all women's federation that had been running. And I knew the owner, and I would go to the shows and help out as best I could to give him advice or direction or be the middle person between the girls and him. Um, I hadn't been there for about 6 months. And that Fed kind of blew up. Apparently, there was stuff not being handled right, not being done
Oh.
right. A bunch
Ooh.
of their champions decided to publicly renounce the championships they held and leave the company for this
Wow.
reason. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't even know what was going on. Um,
Damn.
I saw somebody post something and I was like, what is going on? And they told me, and I was like, oh damn. And Danny Cage saw it as well, and he knew I had tried to help that company, da da da. And we can all agree that there is a need for an all women's company, right?
Oh,
Mhm.
100%.
Because there's
100%.
so many women in the business now, the opportunities for women are still very limited in
Yes.
comparison to their male counterparts. That it was needed, and I'll never forget it because I was getting ready to lay down and take a nap, and Danny Cage called me, and he's like, "What is going on?" And I explained what happened as it was explained to me, and he goes, "You know, you should start an all women's fed and run it out of the factory and leave me out of it."
Wow.
Like
So
just
when I
like that.
say, yeah, so when I say he's the worst friend in the best way, and he talks to me and everything, this is how it happened. And I had never wanted to be a promoter either, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. And I started to think about it. And the big hurdle for me was, what do you name it? Like, you got to come up with a name. Like, it's the
Yeah,
name.
absolutely.
So I called Gabby Ortiz, who I often have consultations with on such matters. And
Okay.
I told her what Danny said, and I explained to her where I was. I said, look, I'm not agreeing to it. I'm thinking about it. The biggest hurdle for me to get over right now would be, what do I name it? And she said to me, I always thought if I ran a women's wrestling company, I would want to call it Bell to Bell. She wanted it to be BELLETOBELLE. And I said, well, I would actually keep the first bell, change the 2 to the number, and cut the E off the last bell.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, that's cool. And I said, and she said it and it kind of clicked for me. And I go, can I have it? And she laughed and she goes, of course you can. And then, yeah. And I said, all right, but I'm still just thinking about it. And she laughed because she knew at that point
You was about to take it.
it was done.
You was about to take it. It was
Yeah.
done.
It was done. So that is how Bell to Bell was born. And that was September or October. And I went, all right, we're gonna do it. But I didn't want to rush it. I wanted it to be planned out properly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So, I hyped that there was a New Year's announcement that year. And then we released the video announcing Bell to Bell on New Year's Day. The ball dropped, and so did the announcement.
Wow.
That's dope. Because everybody's watching. Everybody's up at that moment. So
Yeah.
that's perfect. Couldn't have been placed any better. So
Well, and if you know me,
which
having
we do.
to wait to announce it was so torturous for me.
Oh, I bet it was.
I know it
I
was.
know it
Because you
was.
guys know I can't hold shit.
Nope.
Not
Like-
at all. But
And every show after that, when I would have to announce one match like a day, that was torture. Because
just a day.
Yeah.
Not just a day. Oh,
but figure it, 7 days I had to, 7-8 days I had to wait to get all my matches out.
right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they were all booked at that point. Most of my shows were booked for the year.
But you know what? That's how you have to do it, right? You've got to book those
Yeah.
shows and those matches out, and with enough time in advance, so that your female wrestlers, your talent, can be sure to be available.
Yeah, I had to make sure they were available. The first couple shows didn't really have any long-term stories in them. We did little stories in there. Like the first show we opened, and Rebecca Scott versus Notorious Mimi was the main event. And Rebecca Scott came out and slapped me in the face, and then Mimi chased her off. And yeah, so, which was hysterical and done because my sisters had never come and seen me wrestle.
Interesting.
Because they couldn't stand the thought of watching somebody beat up their baby sister.
That's fair.
My sister Dawn had always said, I don't think I could handle watching someone hit you. So, but my sisters came to the first Bell to Bell show to be supportive.
So you had to be hit.
So someone had to hit me.
Oh shit.
And so I came up with this idea that this is how we would kind of build the main event. And I would go out and thank everyone for coming and da-da-da-da. And Rebecca, being the heel in the main event, would interrupt me and, da-da-da-da. And she slaps me, and my sister's sitting right there.
How'd you react?
Yeah. So we get to the back, and I get a text message, and she's like, I can't believe you. And I'm like, you should have saw that coming. Like, you telegraphed that. You should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And at intermission, she goes, I want to meet the girl who slapped you and got to live. So I had to introduce her to Rebecca.
Because in real life, that would not happen.
Right, exactly. And she knows that because she has hit me in real life
And ran.
felt the wrath. So, yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. I was like,
I
"You should have
can't
seen that
say
coming."
like if I wasn't familiar with wrestling like your sister wasn't at that
Yeah.
time, I would have been like, see, you know your bro now. Now
Yeah.
you touch my sister, I'm flipping the whole fucking ring over. Like
Yeah, no,
But you know what I mean?
my
But-
sisters, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the only one in my family that has hands. They don't have hands.
damn,
They ain't got hands.
that's heavy.
So I
Yeah.
gotta ask, because this is gonna lead into basically the story about how we met each other.
Uh-huh.
How did the joint event with Tim and BCW, how did that come about when he did Who Run the World and he used a lot of your Bell to Bell talent on the card? How did that come about?
Well,
Gabby being one of them,
that's
that was
easy.
cool.
So when I've known Tim for, it feels like forever at this point. When I met Tim, he was setting up tables and selling like action figures and autographs at shows I was wrestling on.
Okay.
And I have known Tim forever. He's always been very good to me, very respectful to me.
That's Tim.
I
dude.
remember he was working with one company I was working with, and he would do deals with the promoter on merchandise and stuff that promoter wanted. Like he would put a bundle together and sell it to the promoter for whatever, da-da-da. And the one year my nephew really wanted an autograph of The Undertaker, which Undertaker doesn't sign a lot of autographs. They're really hard to find.
Right.
And Tim had one. And the promoter knew I was looking for it, so he had Tim put it in a bundle with stuff he wanted. Tim sells him the bundle, the promoter gives it to me so that I can have it.
Wow.
Tim then finds out that it was included in the bundle for me. And Tim actually came up at the next show and said, had I known it was for you, I just would have given it to you.
Oh, wow.
And you guys know me better than anyone. I don't really ask for help ever. Like that's just not
No.
in my nature.
Uh-huh.
I have a hard time accepting help from people.
That's why we click, sis. You know
Yeah.
this.
So like I was always so moved by that. Like those little things like, hey, if I'd have known it was for you, I just would have given it. Like that always means the most to me. Not that you have to give me free stuff,
No.
but just that you feel enough about me that you would have been willing to do that. So I've always gotten along with Tim. So
Mhm.
Tim's running Battleground, running it out of the arena, which is a building that literally I could drive to right now and walk in. I
Yeah.
have the code to get in the back door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can
Mhm.
walk around that building anytime I want.
That's respect right there, though.
Yeah. I love Roger and the staff of that building and they
Mhm.
love me back.
ECW Arena. We love it
Yeah.
there.
So
Oh,
Tim's running those shows and he was like, "Yeah, come down, hang out, da da da." I can never just go hang out at a show, right? That just doesn't work for me.
I know that's not you, sis.
If
We
I
know
walk
this.
in the back door and I never want to say stuff's not being run right, because everybody runs their stuff differently.
Mhm.
And you and I have recently had this conversation where you guys were at Bell to Bell, and I'm OCD and very anal
Mhm.
retentive about how my stuff is run.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, like my shit needs to run like a well-oiled machine, or I'm not happy.
Right.
So when I walk in, I walk in and there's things that I could do to help the show run better. I just jump in and do them. That's just
Mhm.
who I am.
Right.
So that's what I did. And like the end of the first night that I was there, Tim was like, "You were such a huge help. Can you please come to all of my shows?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's like 20 minutes from my house, bro. And I love you. Yes." So then I started coming to every one of Tim's shows to help everything out. And then he wanted to do the all women show. And it wasn't that, I mean, look, when you're looking for, I mean, he ran that show 20 minutes from where Bell to Bell runs.
Okay.
Mhm.
So when you're looking for good local talent, yeah, most of our rosters are going to be the same human beings,
Yep.
Mhm.
right? It's
Most of
smart
them right
business.
there in Philly.
But he said to me, he's like, "Yo, I'll put one of your matches on, like to put your name, to help your name out there." Da da da. So there was a bell to bell match on that card,
Mhm.
and he booked the rest of the show. I was just there to help run it.
You want to tell them how you ran into Missy back?
Listen,
Yo,
so
y'all gotta hear this. This
I
is
kept hearing the name Missy Sampson like the whole night. And I was like, okay, well, this person, like the way that people would speak about you would be like, there was a sense of authority around you. Like you were very no nonsense, but you were like so approachable as well, right? So like you were about your business, but like you weren't intimidating in a negative sense, right? You were positively intimidating, as one should be. So I said, I'm hearing all this stuff about this Missy person. Like I've got to at least introduce myself. And I saw you, it was before the show because we had set up a table because we were vending there because Tim, again, shout out Tim, he has always just let us vend at the events. And then kind of in return, we help him out with some of the better known talents that are coming in for meet and greets.
like the headliners. At
Yes, the
show,
headliners, that's the word.
basically.
Yeah. So I'm in the arena area and I see you and I just stop you for a second. I'm like, Missy, my name's Stephanie. I just have to introduce myself, yada, 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 where we help Tim out. I've just heard things about you. I wanted to say hi. Hopefully I'll be able to introduce you to my husband at some point tonight because he was up at the table. And then that was pretty much it. And I knew you were running a tight ship in the back. Like if you aren't supposed to be here, then you're not in the back. But I remember I had such an excruciating headache. And shout out to Stevie Brooks because she had some Advil.
Stevie.
And so I walked
That's
with her
our girl.
backstage. And at this point, we weren't as familiar with the arena as we are now. Since we were still new, I kind of waited. I followed her backstage, but I waited there and I saw you. And I remember saying to you, I'm so sorry. I know I'm not supposed to be back here. Someone is just getting me an Advil. And you looked at me and you said, I'm not worried about you. And then later that night, I got to introduce you to Say, and then we found out about Bell to Bell and what it was. And basically that was all she wrote. That was the history of us. But I just gotta say, she was so awesome the first time I met her. I did not feel like I was a bother, introducing myself. She was great. And that's
Steph,
kind of
do you
how
know
we
that
became family.
I have zero recollection of that.
Great. So it meant so much to me
No,
and
no,
nothing to
no,
you.
no,
Well, my,
no. What you have to understand, I mean, I have memory issues. Remember,
No,
I
of
came from the
course.
era where
Yeah.
we didn't put hands up. I've taken multiple chair shots straight to the head.
oh,
In my head, you guys were just always there. Like you
Yeah.
guys were just always in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how Missy and I became like joined at the hip, like was actually the very same night because y'all know me how I am. I keep a lot of people know me and I know a lot of people, but I mean, like you can't call everybody your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I've stuck by that. I don't matter where you at in life. You know what I'm saying? You always got to watch your energy and keep around you, right? Somebody, if I remember correctly, there was a situation where
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Whereas there was an unruly fan there that was getting a little wild with the black security guards there, like with Kenny and
Oh.
uh-huh. Yeah, see, now it's coming back to you now because when I came out back, you were out there, taking your smoke break and whatnot, and because I think everything had just died down right as I came outside. I think at that
Hold
moment,
on, real quick. Let me pause so that anyone watching this can get caught up real quick.
okay, go ahead.
The fan was Caucasian, a Caucasian male.
Yes.
If I had to give a description to a police officer, it would be probably mid 40s, maybe. He was highly intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
The 2300 arena has security guards on staff, most of whom are African American men.
Mm-hmm.
That night, Roger, who runs the building, had almost kind of put me in charge of security. I had a walkie-talkie, and it was very hot in the building. One guy had kind of almost passed out. So I was over by the snack bar with him, making sure he got water, making sure he was okay. When the incident directly in front of me, but across the room, occurred, a bunch of Monster Factory students were there helping out. I see what looks to be a scuffle going on. I can see there's Monster Factory kids over there, which automatically I now have to go because those are my kids.
Right, absolutely.
I tell the guy he's sitting, he's conscious, he's drinking water, he says he feels fine. I'll be right back. I head over there as this altercation is kind of being broken up. And there was an African American man in just a plain black t-shirt, and typically that is not the attire for 2300 arena security. And this Caucasian gentleman is being drug out the side door. That's right there.
Okay.
And I remember I kind of put my hand on, like, up towards the African American male's chest. And I was like, relax, calm down. And he looks at my hand and he's like, why is your hand on me?
Oh.
And then Roger grabbed him to pull him away, which is when a walkie-talkie fell off this African American man and hit the floor. And I picked it up, which is when I realized he works here.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Got you.
I gave him a few minutes to calm down. Roger had a talking to him. I look at the Monster Factory kids and I go, what happened? Which is when they tell me this guy was drunk. He looked like he was kind of passed out. Security guy comes over to see if he's okay and check on him. Drunk guy starts popping off at the mouth and uses the N-word with the hard R on the end more than once. And I went, oh, all right. So I look over at the door that they've taken this man out of, and the 2300 arena security guy standing there is African American. So I walked over and put myself outside between the security guy and this gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the same security guard he had just gotten into an altercation with.
Right.
And the security guy says whoever he was there with was going to get the car. And this drunk man keeps popping off at the mouth. And I looked at him and I had enough. Tell me somebody used the N-word with the hard R to an African American I don't care if I know you or not. I'm done. Like, there's no more discussing this. That is over for me. And I looked at him and I went, you better shut the fuck up right now, or my next phone call is to the police. You have assaulted a member of the staff here. And with that, the guy he was with walks over, who might have been his nephew, his son, whatever, an adult in his probably early 30s, late 20s. And again, this guy's drunk, starts popping off at the mouth to me. I said, say another fucking word. Say another fucking word to me right now. Swear to God. And the guy I was with kind of grabbed him and went, no, seriously, shut the fuck up. Got him in a car and they take off. I then go and find the security guard that was in the altercation. And I apologized to him for putting my hand on him and explained I didn't know you worked here. And he apologized for snapping at me. Heat of the moment, you were just in an altercation and you got called the N-word with the hard R.
Yeah.
We're good, bro. I'm good. Like, we're good. I get it. We're good. And I said that to him. I said, I want you to know, had I known he called you the N-word with the hard R, I would have had my kids circle you so no one could see you, and I'd have let you go. Like, I'd have let you have open season. I mean, that dude, he's actually now the head of the 2300 Arena Security.
Yeah.
And me and that dude are like this now. We get along great.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm like, you need anything, just yell my name. I'm your alibi, and we can take it out back. I don't.
Let's go. See, you want to talk about real one, Swoh Nation? Missy is it. Okay? Because at the end of the day, man, like you already know what it is with racism still running rampant in this country, but it's also rampant with SA and racism, and also in pro wrestling as well. You know what I'm saying? And we see it not just in the indies level, but also on the pro level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
not only is it just wrong, it's the dumbest thing to do.
Yeah.
In Philly at the 2300 Arena, like I said,
100%.
75% of the security force at the 2300 Arena is African American or other minority. It's never okay, in my opinion, to use those words. But you have to be an extreme dumbass to do it in that situation.
In Philly.
Yeah, and I would have let the whole security staff roll on you and not done a damn thing and swore they never touched you in a court of law.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
shit.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, I ain't see shit, officer. I ain't see shit.
Yeah. Yep. Nope.
Dude,
you know he tripped and he was drunk. He tripped and he fell. I can't help it that he watched the pavement come at his face.
Yeah.
Those 3 security guards tried to help him up. If you find their DNA on his skin, they just tried to help him up.
Yeah. I saw nothing.
I ain't see shit. I don't know shit. Yo, that's wild.
But back to the story you were telling. I remember I go out back to have a cigarette, which is when you could pick up your part of the story now.
Yeah, and that's when when you sat and told me what had everything you just explained. You told me in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm looking at that point. I'm like, yo, I wasn't looking for one, but did we just find another ally? Oh shit! Like, all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? Because and then I don't know what it was. It's just energy don't lie. I'm big on that, and you know that. You know what I'm saying? And anytime when it came to Bell to Bell, when you really started taking over, when you really started being consistent every other month with a show at the old Monster Factory in what was it? Paulsboro, New Jersey. You know what I mean? We were there ever since then. We never missed a show. Not one show did we miss. I don't care if we were there as fans or they're working or both. We didn't miss a show of Swoh Nation because
you guys had a table every show.
Every show, but even
I would announce the show and then hit you guys up and go, "You're coming, right? You need table space." All right, cool.
Oh yeah, we made sure we had nothing on our agenda because like we don't miss bell to bell shows. We don't do that.
We put them on our calendar as soon as you told us, and you would give us dates in advance.
Oh, I would
have them on the calendar.
Yeah,
and it's just, man, I
remember every show when I'd set up, we'd set the line of tables in the back for the girls for the meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would be like the Bell to Bell merch and snack bar. And then I would always have them, I would say to them, you know, this is our table. And then right next to that, that's Team Swoh.
Yeah.
That's Team Swoh's area.
So grateful too, man, because it took a while for people to like, oh, these two are here all the time. Like it took a while for, you know what I mean? But that's okay though. That's, you know, when you're coming up as a small business and then we're all looking out for one another. Like, I think you're the first person since Steph and I got involved on this end of the business, aside from just being fans, that really looked out for us, because we
Yeah.
know how it is in this bit. People do people grimy in this business, and we're learning that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're seeing that. We're not even involved in the physical aspect of it. You know what I
But
mean?
but in saying that, I also want to make it clear, from the minute you guys came on board, it wasn't about me doing for you. We were doing for each other,
100%.
wi-
100%.
without keeping score
None.
and without asking for anything from each other in return. But it
Because
was a mutual
Yeah.
doing for each other.
and because that's just how we, and like I say,
Yeah.
like real recognize real. That's how
Yeah.
we're built. You know what I'm saying? And that's why what's it been? Almost, it's been over 2 years now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Over
Mhm.
2 years this month.
you know what I mean? And we've just been rocking with each other ever since. Just real quick, Missy, if you want to, since we're on the topic of bell to bell, you know what I mean? Did you want to let the Swoh Nation know what you got coming up with this with bell to
So
bell? Like Swoh Nation, y'all, this is an exclusive.
Everybody tune in.
Y'all need to listen.
Open your
Missy
ears.
So-
got a big announcement.
Bell to Bell has been on a hiatus. Our last show was September of last year, which, as I explained to the fans in attendance at that show, and if you know, is when we lost the building in the Monster Factory, which is how Bell to Bell was able to continue to run. Would we pack the building? Sometimes.
Mhm.
I was not making money. I wasn't losing money on those shows, but I wasn't making money either.
Right.
I was able to keep running those shows because part of my agreement with Danny for my coaching was I was allowed to run those shows there. I didn't have to pay to use the building, for the ring, the lighting, the video equipment, the sound equipment. All of that was provided to me.
Mhm.
So when we lost that building, I had none of that.
Yeah.
And looking at it financially, to rent a ring, even if it was just I could use the Monster Factory ring, but I still had to rent a truck, have it moved. I would then have to, have the sound equipment, all of that extra stuff I would now have to pay for, would have made Bell to Bell not sustainable,
Mhm.
Gotcha.
which is why the hiatus was done. We are still technically on a hiatus, right? There are times I have sat down and done the math. There are times I have really thought about just going, I'm done. Right? I haven't been able to pull that trigger. Because again, I loved Bell to Bell was a lot of work for me. And a lot of aggravation and frustration for me.
Right.
But it also brought me a lot of joy. To run a company correctly, that fans loved and that the girls loved coming to work for.
Oh yeah, they loved you.
Um,
Oh man, they love you.
So that's why I haven't just gone, you know what, we're done.
Yeah.
I will tell you that when we announced that Monster Factory was closing, and thus Bell to Bell needed to take this hiatus, one of the first people who reached out to me was Jesus Rodriguez, who, if you're a WWE fan, you might know as Ricardo Rodriguez.
Mhm.
He owns Three Legacies Wrestling, which runs out of the Lancaster area in Pennsylvania. They have their own training facility. I have been friends with him for years. He instantly hit me up, and the first 3 sentences he sent me were, what can I do to help you? What can I do to help the Monster Factory? And what can I do to help Bell to Bell? And I said,
wow.
yeah. And I said, nothing right now. Because literally we had just announced it. I was still processing.
Right.
Yeah.
What,
That's
it was kind of
understandable, yeah.
like that part of my world had just imploded.
Yeah.
And not only had all of that just imploded for me, I still had a school full of students who this had just imploded on. And
Yeah.
I announced Bell to Bell was on a hiatus because of all the reasons I just gave you, but also because I had an entire school full of students that needed to become my priority,
Yes.
that were losing where they train.
Right.
So I said, look, for right now, I'm good. Bell to Bell's on hiatus. We're trying to figure out what we can do here. But since that time, Jesus has multiple times put Bell to Bell championship matches on his shows. As a matter of fact, our top championship, the Diamond Championship, changed hands on one of his shows.
Right.
Yep.
Formerly known as Notorious Mimi, currently known as WWE ID signee Sloane Jacobs, was our Diamond Champion.
Right.
And she was defeated for the title by our current champion, Vicious Vicky Venuto.
Vicious Vic. Shout out to Vicious Vicky.
The Ruby Championship, held by Stevie Brooks, has been defended on 3 Legacy shows. So he's done that to kind of keep the name out there a little bit.
Yeah.
Having said that, Saturday, December 26th, the day after Christmas, 3 Legacies Wrestling and Bell to Bell are putting on a joint collaborative all-women show. I will tell you, it's at Millersville University. I had been offered by other male promoters to do collabs or things like that. And the 3 of us have had a discussion about this where I said I couldn't do it because as anal as I am about how my stuff is run and making sure it's right for the fans and the girls, to do a collab with somebody, you have to give up 100. You don't get 100% of control.
Right.
You have to give
up
some
control. Yeah.
And I am so protective over the girls that I was never willing to give any of that up to somebody else.
Right.
Except for Jesus. I know him. I love him. I trust him explicitly. He and I have had, Jesus is somebody I talk to normally like once a week. Even if it's just a quick text message from one of us to the other. Hope your week's going great. Make sure you eat something. Stay hydrated. Get a good night's sleep. Like back and forth.
Love that.
So he hit me up a week ago, Friday maybe? Or Friday?
I think so.
Just within the past 2 weeks.
We talked Saturday, so I feel
Then
like
it was
Friday
Friday.
night.
Then it was Friday. It hasn't even been a week.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
He hit me up Friday and said, I'm thinking about doing an all-women show. I want Bell to Bell to collab. Would you be interested? And I didn't even second guess it. I just went, you're damn straight I would.
Let's go.
And I said, do you want to talk? And he said, I'm real busy today and tomorrow. Let's talk on Sunday. I said, all right, cool. And then Friday night, whatever he was doing got done early. And he's like, he sent me off a text message of stuff. He's like, my show got done early. I called him. I said, yeah, I'm in. And we kind of discussed who's doing what, got a vague outline for who's responsible for what.
Right. Yeah.
I said to him, look, these are the people that I need to have on the show. Right. Clearly I need both my champs there. I will announce now, it's December 26th, but I will tell everyone now that the bell-to-bell Diamond Champion Vicious Vicky Venuto has been confirmed.
Nice.
You heard it here first.
Vicious Vicky is going to be at the show.
The Ruby Champion Stevie Brooks has been confirmed.
Oh, snap.
Let's go.
Love
Stevie.
Former Diamond Champion, current WWE ID, formerly known as Notorious Mimi, currently known as Sloane Jacobs, has been confirmed.
Wow.
Oh, that's a big deal too.
The overcomer who has been on every bell-to-bell show.
Yep.
Including when I've had feature matches in the arena, Becca Wiley has been confirmed.
Let me tell you something really quick. We were with her
on Saturday
when you texted if she was available.
Yeah.
We were with her. She was like, oh, Missy just texted me about something.
She has been on every show. So I had to include her. I had to.
Oh, that's lovely, man. She's such a good kid, man. She really is.
I will tell you that I confirmed today, bell-to-bell senior official Julie Rogan will be there. Yeah.
Let's go.
And the only other name I can confirm for you is one half of Haas House, Sammy Chaos,
Ooh.
has been confirmed for December 26th.
Holy
None of the
shit.
matches have been put together yet, but those are the talents that I can confirm have been secured.
Amazing. Ah,
Swoh Nation, y'all heard it here first.
that's so amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm so looking forward to the show. We're going to be there with bells on.
Oh,
For real.
you already know,
With
sis.
Every
Christmas
pun
bells
intended.
on.
Just her with the Christmas bells, not me. Not me. You know
Well, make
me
them
and Christmas,
pink
we don't
bells.
do that thing.
They should be pink bells.
Oh man, this has been so great. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Two-
you know, I
so-
was honored that Jesus asked me, and then he did the logo.
That
and he
logo
sent-
is great.
That logo looks dope.
Jesus did it, and he sent it to me, and I was in love. The funny part is he sends it to me, right? And the name of the show is in Latin, I think. Is it
Mhm.
horrible that I don't 100% know that it's Latin? But he sends it to me, and I go,
No?
I love the logo. What does that mean? Yeah, so he didn't tell me. And it's like eternal strength is technically what it like translates to.
Oh, I love that.
And I was like, I'm in, great, fantastic, let's do it.
That's phenomenal. So I got two more questions for you, Missy. So
You
because
can
I
ask
don't want to take up too
100.
much
I
of
could
your
be here all
evening. I got
day.
two
Go
more
ahead.
questions.
Yeah.
The first one, well, we can both ask this, but the first one is who is your current and all-time female and male professional wrestler?
Oh,
Like it can
My-
be pro, like WWE, AEW, TNA, or indies.
Indies, yeah.
Whichever.
all right. My all-time favorite male wrestler is Bret Hart.
Oh,
Yeah.
great
Yeah,
choice.
It's Bret Hart.
Uncle
Will
Bret.
always be Bret Hart. Yeah, we're not even doing it. A very close second is Dusty Rhodes.
The American Dream, baby.
Yeah, I don't think I cried as hard as when Dusty passed as when my own dad actually died. But yeah. So that's my all-time male. My current, if I'm just being honest, the current male wrestler that I could like watch over and over again is Goldie.
Yeah.
And I'm not being biased because he's a Monster Factory student and currently owns the now offshoot training facility, Lineage
Yeah.
Pro. It's funny. I still coach, and I tell the kids all the time I hate watching wrestling anymore. But I could watch him all day long. He's just so fluid, and he makes things look so effortless that I could just watch it all day long.
That's
so
love.
male-wise, it's definitely him. Female-wise, oh God, there's
All
so
time
many.
and current.
God, there's so many.
There are so many. I got a plethora for you right now, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Like I'm trying to get it to one. Because
you had to
there's
pick.
so many for different reasons, right?
Right.
Like my all-time favorite female tag team is the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Mhm.
Why? Because I watched them growing up and they were so far ahead of their time for what they were
Yeah.
doing in the ring that
Mhm.
you know, as far as like all-time just single females, God,
There's so many. I know.
I have a
It's
hard time. I have a hard time picking between like Alundra Blaze,
Ooh, that's an excellent choice.
Medusa, yeah. You know, or like Bull Nakano,
Yeah.
you know, like like
Wow. Okay.
you know, for like different reasons, like even though that you know that they had a massive feud together, which is something I really sunk my teeth into, but you know, so if I had to go, I would go with one of two of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Current, God, again, I would have a hard time getting to just one, right?
Right off the top of your head.
Sloane Jacobs.
Okay.
That's,
But again, I feel like I'm biased because if
I was
she
gonna
were
say
to
that sounds biased, but it's okay.
But
if
that's
she were
okay.
if she were to list her trainers, I would be on the list. But she was good before I ever got to her.
Right.
Yeah.
She's just amazing, amazing on so many levels. Somebody else I would really have to go with is Sammy Chaos.
Yeah.
And she's doing the damn
She's
thing
a
right now.
force.
I make her laugh all the time because anytime I watch her wrestle, she'll come to the back, and I say the same thing to her all the time, which is, if I had a dick, I'd be hard right now, and you would hear it from watching her wrestle. You'd hear it bouncing off the bottom of the table. There is something about watching, and it's not that she's a big woman. She's just the way she carries herself with such strength and dominance.
Yes.
And watching her figure out how to make it work in a wrestling ring is just
like she just has it.
She's a force.
It does it for me.
Yeah.
Like when the last show I did, the last time I got in a ring was at the 30-woman Rumble for ISPW for Tommy Fierro.
Yeah.
And I got called in to do a favor because he was short girls. And I said, I'll do it, but I get to decide who I'm touching, who I'm working with,
right,
when I'm in and out. Like, I'm in control of me. And he was like, yeah, of course. As a matter of fact, I had already actually been hired to agent that whole Rumble before I got put in. And so when I got there, it was like, look, this is what I want to do. And Mimi is the one eliminating me, because I'd always said to Mimi, if I ever laced up boots again, it would be to get in a ring with her. So I owe her that. She gets to eliminate me, even though it was technically Christina Marie who popped me over the top rope. And Sammy was in the ring, and I wanted that moment, and we gave it to the fans where I come out, get in the ring, and I said, look, I don't care. Just, a couple of people feed to me, clotheslines, back elbows, whatever, bump, bump, bump. Sammy was in the corner working over somebody. She dummy turns to me. I'm in the middle of the ring, and she walks up, and we're face to face.
Yeah.
That
was a moment. I remember watching that, and I was like, holy shit.
I wanted that moment. And you actually hear people in the crowd yell, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Which is that was what I wanted. And then everyone kind of gloms us, whatever. I called all of that. And the funny part is, we're in the back, and I called this, and I said to Sammy, we're not gonna touch. We're just nose to nose, as if we're getting ready to fucking go, and they're gonna kibosh it. And Sammy looked at me. She goes, I'm gonna have a hard time keeping a straight face. I said, girl, you're not the only one. So if you actually watch the video of it I posted, which is from behind me shooting in, you could see Sammy's face.
Yeah.
Everybody took a little bit too long for my liking to kibosh us. The moment was a little long.
Right.
And there comes a point where we're standing face to face, and I start to smirk at her. And it was intentional, like, oh, we're gonna do this. She thought I was starting to smile, like I was breaking. And she actually, under her breath, says to me, don't you fucking smile. Because if I smiled, she was going to fucking lose it. And then they glommed us. I was like, thank God. Like, that was the moment I wanted.
That's awesome, man. That's dope.
And that was a moment. I remember watching it and then rewinding it and watching it back because of just how powerful of a moment in women's wrestling like that was.
Like think about it, right? Size-wise, we're very similar. She's a little bit taller than me. But like when it comes to all the girls that were in that ring, I was the closest to Sammy's size, right? So if you were going to watch two freight trains run 100 miles an hour head on at each other, it would be me and her.
Yes.
So that was the visual I wanted. I wanted the fans to be like, oh, fuck. And then have everybody ruin it.
Yeah. But it was perfect.
But it worked though.
Like what your vision was, it was executed perfectly from a viewer's perspective, right? Like I know you said that moment lasted a little too long, but from a viewer's perspective, that was perfect. You got exactly what you were going for.
And the anticipation from a fan's perspective, man, it's like, oh shit, they about to throw hands. Oh shit, they about to throw hands. Like, and it's like,
and I'll be honest
but then
with
it
you,
leaves them wanting more.
It was 100% selfish. I'm gonna be honest. We discussed my unselfish character earlier. That was all selfish. I wanted that moment.
And you
deserved that moment.
You earned that moment.
Because
you earned that
I
moment.
Could still go, I'd want to get in a ring one-on-one with Sammy Chaos. Like I would want that if I could still go.
Right. Oh, that'd be a hell of a match. That'd be a banger. As Sheamus would say, that'd be a banger.
Like I wish I could fucking do it. I would want that. But also to kind of tie back in, in that match, if you watch everything I did, the first person to run at me is Rebecca Scott.
Mm-hmm.
When I said in the back, I just need people to run at me. She's like, "Oh, me." She was like, "You still owe me for that slap." So, and if you watch, she's the first one and the last one. I hit 3 people, her being first, and she jumped up and literally yells across the ring, "Me again!" and starts running at me. I was dying. It was hysterical.
She was
I'm
so
like, "All
excited,
right."
like they were not expecting this opportunity. It was a golden opportunity. They weren't
Yeah.
expecting that. That's
Yeah, and then we
awesome.
had to glom everyone, and I had Christina Marie kind of deadlift me up over the top rope.
Yeah.
And then Mimi was supposed to pump kick me in the face off the apron. Except what happened was I knew Christina Marie could pick me up because I had wrestled her before in a 3-way in Philly, right when she was starting to come up. And the other girl was way late, so we were like calling stuff. She's like, "Look," I said, "what are your finishers?" Because originally the promoter was like, "Yeah, three-way count out," and we're like, "What?" First of all, there's no count out in a multi-person match because there's no DQ.
Oh, absolutely.
He said that at the ring, and then he walked away, and I go, "Hold on a minute," and I walked over to him and I said, "Do you really want a 3-girl count out, or do you just not want to pick who has to win?" And he goes, "Well, I just don't know who to put over." And I said, listen, I'm on my way out of the business. This Christina girl is coming up. I said, "Can I just put her over in the middle of the ring?" And he goes, "Are you sure?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm more than happy to do it."
Okay.
And he's like, "As long as you're cool with that." He goes, "What about Gabby?" Gabby Gilbert was the third person in the match. And I go,
Okay.
"She ain't getting pinned. She's not going to care." And he's like, "All right, cool then." So I walked over to Christina. I go, "You're up on me." So I asked her in the back, I said, "What are your finishers?" And I forget what one was, but it wasn't something. It's not that I didn't think she could give it to me. I didn't think I could take it properly or safely or well. And I said that to her. And the other one is a Samoan drop.
Okay.
She goes, "I'll pick you up." And I looked at her. She's short. And I'm a big girl. And I was bigger than I am now then. And I said, "Look, I'm sure you can bench press a lot, but like, I'm a heavy girl." And without saying a word, she grabbed my wrist and put me up on her shoulders. And I went, "Samoan drop it is then." So I knew she could do it.
Right.
So I had said to her when I called it, I said, "Look, I'm going to need you to put me up again, put me over the top rope onto the apron, and then let Mimi kick me off." It was how I could safely get to the apron to then go down.
And
She
still sell it.
So yeah, so she picks me up. I can't see. My back is to the ropes. I can't see. So she's got me up. I feel my feet hit rope. And in my head, it's the top rope. So I just have to get my feet over what my foot just hit, which I do. It was the middle rope.
Okay.
She can't see either because she's trying to position me over. So my feet are actually between the top and middle rope. Actually, at this point, my feet are kind of latched on the middle rope.
Okay.
Okay.
And she's going to push the top half of my body out. And I grabbed the top rope and I got one of my legs out. One of my legs got stuck.
Oh shit.
And the top rope was cutting right across the back of my calf.
Oh.
So if you watch the video, you actually hear me scream out in pain because it's across the back of my calf.
Ooh.
And I yell, "My leg is caught." And in the moment, I thought Mimi or Christina popped my leg out. Watching the video, God bless Journey Burke, she saw it and quick popped my leg for me.
Yeah.
At which point, when I went over, I ended up sitting on the apron on my butt. And Mimi's on her knee right behind me. And I just looked over my shoulder and went, "Fuck it," drop kick me off. So you see her run, drop kick me in the back, and I go flying off the apron.
Got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
And then I got to catch Becca Wiley. Because after I called all my stuff, Gabby Forza and Becca Wiley come up to me and they're like, "Hey, is there any point during this where like a bunch of people are going to be outside?" Because Becca wanted Gabby to gorilla press her and throw her out.
Right. Yeah.
Clearly, people got to be there to catch her.
Right.
100%.
And I looked at Becca. I go, "Do you trust me?" And she goes, "More than anyone." I said to Gabby, I said, "As soon as I get eliminated, pick her up and throw her at me. I'll catch her." And Becca was like, "Cool." So I get eliminated. I sell for a second. I dummy turn. She throws Becca at me. I was expecting Becca to come at me almost high cross body style. So like I put my arms out to catch her.
Yeah.
Becca rotated so her back was falling. So my arms are there, but we didn't take into account her momentum and her back coming first. I slow her down, and then she goes through my hands and hits the floor.
Oh,
There was a mat there,
thank God.
right? Even funnier is the ref that was right there. There was a ref on each side of the ring. This happens, and he looks at me and goes, "Are you okay?" And I looked at him like he had 3 heads. And I leaned down to Becca. I go, "Are you okay?" Like,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Yeah, I'm good." And I was like, "All right, cool. I'll see you in the back." And I like went to the back.
But see,
I was
she,
like, as
but
long
she
as
even
Becca's
even with
okay.
that, she still trusted you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even with that, because shit happens in the ring. You know what I mean? It should happen.
Well, she wasn't hurt.
Yeah,
And,
which
you
is
know,
the
and
important
the truth
thing.
of the matter is,
Yeah.
when you're in the ring like that, your adrenaline is so high that just because she fell and hit the mat, she's not going to feel it anyway.
Huh. Well, I mean,
That's true.
probably till after all the adrenaline comes down, that she's gonna feel everything. I mean, it's probably
She's fine. I mean, heck, you just said she still returned my text message on Saturday. We're good.
Exactly.
which means she's good.
She's
So,
good.
well, one last question, and this actually hit me today. You know,
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I ever asked you.
Yeah.
Out of the conversation we've had in private and whatnot. Because
And real quick, whatever you're getting ready to ask me, so that anyone watching this knows, Team Swoh is allowed to ask me whatever they want. Like, there was one thing that I didn't want to talk about, and I said I just don't want to talk about this, and they were like, "Not a problem." I'm like, "You can ask me about anything else."
okay,
So
and,
ask
well,
me about anything else.
I told you, sis, we're not in the business of ambushing people.
No,
You know what
I
I
know.
mean? Like I
I know.
don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm
I
not
know.
built like that.
I know.
You know what I mean? But this came to me. I don't even think I told you. You know what I mean?
I'm out of the loop too. So
But I think we talked, you mentioned it in passing, but I never really got the thought process behind this.
Okay.
Real quick, Swoh Nation, for some of y'all in here know, last November, the week of Thanksgiving, I worked AEW's Full Gear pay-per-view. It was one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year. We went up for my sister-in-law's birthday weekend, and it was a quiet weekend we had planned and everything like that. And we got up there that Friday after she got done work, and we were there eating dinner, as I explained on that episode that I did. And Missy calls me, you know what I mean, and asked if I wanted to go work the show. Now I was on the show. I'm not gonna.
Pay-per-view.
Y'all can go back to that episode. Y'all can go and watch
Pay-per-view.
it. And see,
Danielle goes, and he abandoned me.
you told me to abandon you. Don't
Excuse
talk.
me.
You know
Excuse
what?
me. My sister Danielle. I was on the call. You gave explicit permission.
Oh,
Not only did you give him permission, you ordered him to go
oh,
and told him that was what you wanted for your birthday.
she says, I plead the fifth.
Get her, sis. Thank you. Someone's on my side today. Thank you, sis.
Listen, it's not about
See, look
being
at
on
you.
anyone's side because Danielle is also family. It's about telling the truth. I got to make sure we all keeping it 100.
Oh, honey. Oh, you already know how your bro do now.
Yeah.
But the question I had, like, because you know, blessings don't just drop in them. I'm not used to blessings just dropping in my lap like that. You've been in this business, as you corrected me early in this conversation, for 3 decades. Okay. At that point, we're well established in each other's lives, personally and professionally.
Mhm.
And I never got to pick your brain about this because I'm not used to stuff like that. Like, this is a side of me most people are not used to seeing, other than the people that are closest to me. You know what I mean? I've talked about this with my wife. I even talked about this with our knucklehead sister here, Danielle, and Kirk, her husband, who's also here in the chat.
What up, Kirk?
Yep.
We love Kirk.
I mean, you have. I said it on the episode that I did that week, but I never got to ask you directly, sis, and this is probably something I just never could comprehend. Out of all the options you have, you know, so many people in the business, pro and indie, who look just as, if not better than I do. Like from a fit, because y'all know I'm a fitness trainer, y'all know that.
Mhm.
And out of everyone you could have called, when Amanda came calling you asking, hey, do you have anybody that's local that looks good with a shirt off? I swear to God, I'm not saying that. That's what Missy
You're never
said.
saying that. That was the criteria I was given.
Yes, Amanda said that
That was
to
the
Missy, and
casting
Missy said that to
criteria
me. And
I
I'm
was
like,
given.
did she really say that though? She like, yes, bro, she said that.
100%. That was the casting criteria I was given.
So I
How it
wanted
ended
to
up
ask.
being you?
As I'm saying, like, my thing is, like, because I'm not used to things like that happening to me. Like, and you could. There's so many people that look like me, look better than me, more fit than me. Why'd you call me? Like, I never had the chance to ask you, because I didn't know when the next time I was going to see you. I wanted to do face to face, so this is the next best option because it just hit me today. Why me? Why of all people
tell you.
me? I'm not a wrestler.
I'll tell you.
Honest
So-
question. Am I saying this for I'm not saying this for clout. This
No, I
is a
know.
genuine question, Swomies. This is, I never got the chance to ask Missy this, and it hit me today. I'm going to ask Missy when we pull up today.
So if
Why
you guys
me?
are watching this, I get hit up right before, the day before the pay-per-view. It was in New Jersey, from Amanda Huber, Brody Lee's late wife. I'm sorry, Brody Lee is now deceased. His wife is not.
Yes. Luke
Who I
Luke
have
Harper for
been-
WWE fans.
Oh
Luke
yeah,
Harper.
there you go. Who I have been good friends with for over 20 some years now. And if you don't know, she works at AEW, does a lot of stuff. So I get hit up. They need another guy to be Mercedes Monet's belt guy, which, when she had like however many belts there were, would
13.
line the ramp and hold her belts. And the criteria I got was must look good with their shirt off. Was the only criteria I got. And I said, I'm on it. I'll get back to you. So I start thinking about, who do I know that looks good with a shirt off? And, look, I know a couple of people. We have a wrestler named Marvelous who I've trained,
Okay.
but he's very short. And I'm just being honest. You wanted my thought process. This is where it goes, right? Visually, when you're thinking about the visual aspect of this, he would not have looked right, no matter where you put him in the line.
Got you. Okay.
We've got Goldie. Goldie's worked for AEW several times. If they wanted him, they didn't have to call me for him.
Fair enough.
So, I'm sitting there thinking, and I know you look good with your shirt off, bro. I follow you on the gram. I see the shirtless picture with the abs I could do my laundry on if my washing machine ever breaks.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen you without a shirt on, bro. It's impressive. So,
Thanks.
Looks good without a shirt on. Check. Then I have to consider this is somebody coming in on my name.
That part. That's
right?
the part that more
that's
than anything.
someone that's coming in on my name. So I have to be able to co-sign and send someone there that I know is going to be able to conduct themselves professionally, do what's asked of them, not embarrass themselves, and then not embarrass me. Say when it comes to you, check, right? No, you are not a wrestler, right? You are not. But you know enough about the business, and you know enough people in our industry that you understand how to conduct yourself around those people.
Understand 100%. A lot of that I learned from you, honestly.
I'm just saying, but I can send you into a room full of names and not worry that you're going to look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I did, right? I sent you in the locker room at AEW on a pay-per-view day. So that was easy for me.
It was, I'm back there and I'm thinking, like, Missy sent me here. I remember saying about, what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
not only that, but I know you're enough of a wrestling fan still that being able to do that and have that moment would mean something to you.
100% it did.
I know it did. So that was also something I considered. And again, at this point, I've known you, 2 years, and you guys did a lot for me in bell to bell. I never really had to ask. you guys were just constantly helping. So if I could give that to you and it was going to literally do no harm to me to do so, I was more than happy to do it. I wasn't, the decision I made to throw you in for that, to me, was not a risk. I was risking nothing by doing that.
That's humbling, to say the least, sis, because I remember thinking there, like, you know, I mean, I kind of, I wish I remember thinking first things first. Not only did I wish that you were there, but I wish Steph could have come with me. But then Amanda
Yeah.
told me after the fact, you could have brought your wife. I was like, I didn't know, otherwise she
Yeah.
would have been there with. But then to be fair, it was Danielle's birthday weekend, so I would
I
have
was
told
gonna
her,
say,
you know what,
and I can show up anytime I want.
right?
I
Yeah,
just
I
don't.
mean, you're Missy fucking Sampson. You can go anywhere in the bed, like,
Yeah. Like
okay,
like
you
there
can
there is
do
there
that.
is always a backstage pass for me should I ever decide to go.
Yes,
I know
absolutely.
I
And
just have to text that I'm coming, and there will be one waiting for me.
I'm
I just don't.
I just remember just sitting there and I'm thinking like Missy trusted me to come to this. I'm saying, look, I wandered throughout the entire
without even
Prudential
batting
Center.
an eyelash, I trusted you to do that. Without again, like I said, when the light bulb went off and I went, say, it was never a risk to me. I wasn't taking a risk in sending you. I was sending a sure thing as far as I was concerned.
That, like, for
And my
anybody
name
who's
and
been in the
reputation were
business,
going to come out of it just fine.
that was the best 11 hours I've ever spent at a wrestling arena. I'll tell you that right now, because Amanda had me. Shout out to Amanda. Amanda, I haven't heard from her in a while. Put her in the headlock myself, but we love Amanda.
Listen, I
We
haven't
love
talked to
Amanda.
anybody either, man. We all get busy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we love
But
Amanda.
I
But
love Amanda. I will love Amanda forever.
listen, Amanda is like a goat of a human being. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because the entire time I was there, like, we're talking legends are walking past me, sitting at tables next to me. I'm sitting at tables, and I'm sitting there saying, like, just, you know, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, Amanda made me feel comfortable while I was there. Because Amanda would, it got to a point where Amanda said, okay, come on, let's go. I'm like, where are we going? She's like, just come on, let's go. Okay. All right. And I'm
Because
walking.
Amanda knew that you were tight with me, but that you weren't a wrestler. So she wanted, you know, I'll speak for her because I know her well enough. She wanted to make sure that you were comfortable, that you were taken care of, that you knew what you were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And she definitely did that. There's only 2 times that the whole 11 hours I was there, I saw Amanda sit down twice. That was it.
Yeah.
That woman's
girl
on
works very hard.
go. But the crazy thing about AEW backstage, like, I had full access to the whole backstage because of Amanda. Like, I was just supposed to be sitting to an area with the extra time. No, Amanda gave me a whole pass, and I'm walking around everywhere. Nobody's saying shit to me. I'm like, Tony Khan himself walked right past me. I'm just like, oh, okay. So the owner is walking past me now. He's not saying nothing to me. Okay, like, you know, as in say, like, what are you doing here? Like, that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it would be if we were in WWE's backstage area, because it's more of a tighter ship there, I would assume. But I wanted to make sure that I'm not going to do any damn thing that's going to ever ruin Missy's name, because out of everyone she could have called, she called me. So I'm going to make sure that that not only I put her name over, but I'm going to make sure that, hey, he's good. Bring him. Say it's good. Swoh's good. Whenever we need you, when we're back in the air, come on up.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave that impression. Thank God. Even with Mercedes Moné herself, like, I learned that she's just a very big introvert. She was there when I got there. She was there the whole day. And we didn't really see her until it was about to be go time. And but I wanted to make sure, like, when we had us take all the belt guys taking a picture with her behind Gorilla, or in Gorilla. And I said, look, she tell everybody come a little closer. I said, I don't want to be that close to you, because I don't want to inadvertently touch you. I'm not trying to get me too'd out here. Like, listen, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she gave me this look like, she's like, okay. So I did. And I said, I just wanted to make sure that you were comfortable. She's like, it's okay. I'm like, I really had the wrong idea about her. She's just very quiet and very to herself. I get out on stage, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I hope, does Missy see me trembling right now? Because I was trembling.
Mhm.
I
No,
want
no. The first thing I noticed was the abs were looking great, my brother.
to.
Yeah, they
I
got to
want to.
you. Your abs were there, and I was like, I nailed the assignment. Looks good with a shirt off. Check, check, check. I
I'm just
nailed my
sitting there, and
casting
I'm
assignment.
just like, I'll go from planning a quiet weekend with my family to being on global television the next night.
Pay per
And I'm
view.
saying, like, there's no way that could have happened
It was a
without you,
pay per
sis.
view.
And
You were
I'm
on pay per view.
that
Yeah.
moment for anybody that's been in the business professionally, that would have been like, that ain't shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to wrestle. I want to be on the
I've been in
card. I
this
want to.
business 30 years. I've never cashed a check from a big TV company. I've never been on a big company's pay per view, bro.
I'm shocked that you haven't been, as long as you've been in the business, and the kind of pull that you have in the business, that you have not been on a
Here's the difference,
WWE,
though.
AEW, TNA show. You know what I mean?
Here's the difference, though. I have friends that work there in varying capacities. I have never asked one of them to do a damn thing for me.
That's fair. That's that, and
You know, I've occasionally hit up and gone, how do I get one of my students looked at, or where can they send their info, or who
Mhm.
should they hit up?
right.
I've never asked any of my friends for a damn thing for me.
And this speaks volumes to who you are as a person, and very humble. Like, Swoh Nation, y'all know I keep my circle real tight. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? But you want to talk about a real one? Missy fucking Sampson
Yeah.
is a real one. I'm telling y'all right now. So if any one of y'all are in the Lancaster County, Pennsylvania area, you know what I'm saying, come December 26th,
Day after Christmas.
day
Ask
after Christmas.
for tickets for Christmas.
There you go.
Look
Get
at that.
people to give them to you.
3 Legacies Wrestling
And bell to
Yep.
bell.
and Bell to
You know,
Bell.
the tickets go on sale, I want to say November 21st.
Perfect.
November.
They'll be
And
available.
we'll keep you guys posted too.
Yeah. And they'll be available for sale through 3 Legacies.
Okay.
So, like, if you're a Bell to Bell fan, you would be used to me posting a link
Mhm.
on Bell to Bell's website.
Right.
And I may do that once I have the link.
Right.
But it won't be me setting up the link in the platform.
Sure.
Perfect.
3 Legacies is handling the ticket sale portion.
Got you.
And we will keep you guys posted when the tickets go on sale, when it gets closer to the time.
But you know, once we book matches and things of that nature, if you follow Bell to Bell, clearly we'll be sharing all of that on all of
Absolutely.
our
Yeah.
socials.
Absolutely. Swoh Nation, y'all heard it here first. December 26th, the day after Christmas, 3 Legacies Wrestling and Bell to Bell, a collab show's coming.
Mhm.
Tickets go on sale November 21st. Did I get that right, sis?
Yeah, off the top
Yep.
of my head, I think it's November 21st is when the tickets are going on sale.
November 21st. Y'all make sure y'all keep an eye out for anybody that loves pro wrestling the way we do. Y'all know, y'all see me on here gaming more than anything else, but y'all know I'm an avid wrestling fan, have been since I was like 3. So to be involved in this side of the business and to know the likes of Missy Sampson, like,
Yeah.
like not many people have this kind of access to this woman. I need y'all to understand that's how tight of a ship she keeps. Okay. I need y'all to understand that. So
Team Swoh's got 24/7 access to me unless I'm sleeping.
that's
At
humbling.
which point, no one, including my family, gets access to me while I'm sleeping.
Yes.
My ringer is off for everyone when I am asleep.
Yep.
And it's just
Because I'm not a brain surgeon, so if there's an emergency, I can't help you anyway. I'll deal with it when I wake up. I'm not a brain surgeon or an attorney, so I should not be your call in that situation.
We need everybody to go follow 3LW, 3 Legacies. We need everybody to go follow Missy, follow Bell to Bell so that you can stay informed about the event coming up. And we will
Please.
keep you informed on our platforms as well.
And I'm sure in the coming months, Missy and Jesus, aka Ricardo Rodriguez, will announce more confirmed talents outside of the ones that Missy confirmed for y'all here today.
Yes.
So make sure y'all keep an eye out. Remember, Missy Sampson, find her. She's on all platforms. Ricardo Rodriguez, follow him and follow him on all
Well, I think
platforms.
it's under Jesus Rodriguez.
Yes,
for
he will be under Jesus Rodriguez.
Under Jesus,
which is just
name,
spelled
Jesus.
Jesus for all you Catholics.
Yes.
There you go.
I always crack the joke. He's the only Jesus I believe in. It's just pronounced Jesus.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But speaking of Ricardo Rodriguez,
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, speaking of Jesus, aka to WWE fans known as Ricardo Rodriguez, we this won't be live, but we are interviewing Ricardo Rodriguez
my new business
tomorrow
partner.
tomorrow morning.
Look at
We're
that
gonna
baby
we're-
face. Look at that baby face.
Look at that. Look at that baby face. Look at him. Look at
Looks
him.
like
Look at
such
him.
a
Look at him.
baby.
Look at him. You know what I mean? We
will be chatting with him and hopefully pushing this out to you guys Saturday for you guys to take a look at.
exactly. So y'all make sure y'all keep an eye out for that episode because it's coming. And I understand that Ricardo is up from Kristen told me this that Ricardo runs 3LW like it's like WWE esque.
Yeah.
Like it's such a well-oiled machine for an indies promotion. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
and we've been to that show we went to at Newman University.
Yes,
Mhm.
right in Aston.
I'm like, I witnessed it
That was a
firsthand.
great
It was a
show.
great show. And I'm like, okay, I see what Kristen was talking about. Jesus knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
And what a nice guy.
Awesome dude. Awesome
You should
dude,
have seen
man.
us out back at that show trying to me and him cut a promo together.
Oh Jesus.
It
Y'all
was
couldn't get past the tape, could y'all?
He couldn't.
And then I think he spit his gum at you at some point.
Oh, that was
No,
so
he
gross.
handed me his gum during his match. He put it in my hand.
That's what it was.
But
That
we
was
were out
gross.
back. It was gross. I threw it out. He goes, "Where's my
That
gum?"
was
And I
so
go, "I threw
gross.
it out. It was disgusting." He goes,
Oh.
"Part of me thought you were gonna pop it in your mouth and chew it." And I go, "I got to be honest with you. I might have that might have been an option, but I can't chew gum with my teeth."
Got you. But oh God, I'm glad that wasn't an option for you because
But we were. It was for I think we were announcing the cutting a promo to announce Vicky versus Mimi for the Diamond Championship out back.
right.
And we had kind of divided up who was going to say what and and he couldn't get through his part. And it was trip. So finally he goes, "I'm going to say this part, you do the rest." And I was like, "All right, cool." And we did. He did a short part and then I nailed the rest of the info and we get done and he goes, "Jesus." And I go, "Just should let me do it in the beginning."
I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is
I'm like,
been
weren't you the guy that was paid big bucks to talk?
bro. Listen, if that's all it is, sign me up because I'll talk all day.
Yeah, exactly.
All day. Missy, man, sis, we are
I
just
love him though. I have to bust his balls every now and again, but I
Oh, he's
truly love him.
great.
you know he's gonna give it right back to you, right? You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. You know this. You already know this.
Just remind him tomorrow that I love my Boo Bear.
You love your
We
Boo
will.
Bear.
That
Love-
will be first thing.
Love
That's
the
my
Boo Bear.
I
Okay.
love my Boo Bear.
Well, in that case, Missy, I'm so thankful and grateful
Yes.
for your time. Like
I love the two of you very, 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 very much.
We love you.
love you too, sis.
Um,
Like I'm
And
so thankful.
Look, if you want, I'll do one of these with you guys every other week. We just find new shit to talk about.
Listen, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that. Okay, now that's great content because I know you got story. You got 3 decades worth of stories.
Yes.
That's easy enough content right
yeah,
there.
Yeah. We could be on here for days.
Yeah.
I just need another smoke right now, and apparently I don't want to get anyone dinged again.
Okay, so we'll let you go so you can go get your smoke.
Thank you
I'm-
so much.
I'm
We
not
love you.
encouraging that. Swoh Nation, please in the chat put your clap emojis for
Yes, for
the Hall of
Missy
Famer,
fucking Sampson.
Missy fucking Sampson. Missy, thank you so much for being with us,
Seriously.
being here with us this evening. It's been great. Thank you
Bro,
so much.
sis,
Thank you.
chat, somebody watching this later, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, sis. And we will be seeing y'all again here in a very near future. Remember, the next guest is Ricardo Rodriguez.
Yay.
So stay tuned. But in the meantime, y'all know the saying she's gonna say. There it is. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you on the. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, Missy.
Bye, Missy.